Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Generation Films. Today we're coming to you from the UK, and today we will be looking at my top 10 unrealistic scenes in films, in no particular order. First up, we have this harness malfunction in the climbing movie Cliffhanger. In the first scene of the movie, we get this unexplainable harness malfunction where this metal buckle splits and suddenly a harness has completely fallen apart.
Oh God!
To understand just how unrealistic this is, just check out the technical specifications for some climbing equipment. Although some parts of the harness are stronger, each component should be designed to withstand at least a force of 9 kilonewtons. That would be a force of 2,000 pounds. So how does this leg loop buckle break under the weight of this 100-pound woman? And the harness consists of 3 separate loops, so how does one leg loop breaking lead to the entire harness falling apart? Number 2, the incredibly long runway featured in the final chase scene in Fast and Furious 6. The cars chase this plane along the runway for a full 13 minutes. According to a BBC journalist who did the math, with the cars travelling for 13 minutes at 115 miles per hour, which is the speed The Rock said they were driving at in an interview, the runway would be 26 miles long. Only problem is, the longest runway in the world is only 3.5 miles. Oh look, they get to the end of the massive runway just as the plane blows up. Number 3, John McClane displays incredible aim with this stunt in Live Free Die Hard, destroying a helicopter with a cop car. And it isn't just the aim that's unrealistic, the window must be bulletproof glass capable of sustaining high caliber rounds, and this high-speed bail would certainly have broken every bone in John's body. Number 4, another climbing movie, the precipice jump scene from Vertical Limit. This guy straps 2 ice axes to his wrists and launches himself across a canyon. His body picks up considerable speed before he magically sinks the teeth of his axes into the ice on the other side and stops. I think if someone really tried this, sure, the axes would stick into the ice on the other side, but your body would be at the bottom of the canyon. And don't tell me the axes were strapped to his hands. Remember, most climbing equipment can withstand at least 9 kilonewtons or 2,000 pounds of force, but the human wrist? Probably not. Number 5 is James Bond's poker hand from Casino Royale. Now, I'm not a poker player myself, so I'm going on information from online poker forums. James Bond goes from having the worst odds to winning the game. The supposed mathematical genius, La Chiffre, the guy who bleeds out of his eye when he's stressed, raises the stakes, yet he should have worked out that he had a poor chance and chilled out a bit. One poker forum user worked out that the odds of the final hands were 158 million to 1. And on top of that, the math of how much money is in the prize pot is off by $1 million. One user described it as one of the best Bond movies ever, but one of the worst poker movies ever. Number 6 is driving across the lava flow in Dante's Peak. It seems that the makers of this movie forgot that lava is hot, between 1000 and 2000 degrees Fahrenheit. In contrast, a household oven usually only goes up to around 500. So as they drive across, they are so close to the heat, their skin should literally be blistering. And this dog? Yep, his fur would be on fire. In fact, none of that would have happened because this truck's fuel tank would have been so close to the heat that it would have exploded instantly. Number 7, jumping the bus across the Freeway Gap in Speed. This was just a very poorly executed special effects sequence in an otherwise cool movie. Notice how there is nothing at the end of the highway in this clip, but in the next shot there are a few flat pieces of wood. Still nothing that would make the front of the bus take off into the air like it's a plane. The bus then seems to glide to an orderly landing on the other side. In reality, the bus never would have had any upward motion. It probably would have started falling immediately it came off the end of the freeway, with its windscreen smashing into the end of the freeway on the other side. Oh well, Speed 2 was a lame movie anyway, so it's okay if we end it early. Number 8. This incredible computer virus from Independence Day. Jeff Goldblum's character designs a computer virus to infect the alien mothership. But how does he do that? A virus designed for a Windows computer can't affect a Mac operating system. So you're telling me that he uses a Windows computer to design a virus for a different alien operating system he has never even used, and it works. Another thing I've never got about this movie is why does Will Smith's wife's character work as a stripper? Normally women are forced into that industry through poverty and desperation, but Will Smith's character is a captain in the Air Force, a job that brings a salary of between $70,000 and $100,000 a year, yet his wife is still swinging it at gentlemen's clubs. Maybe it's just her hobby? Number 9. Traveling to the center of the galaxy in Star Trek V: The Final Frontier. In this movie, the Enterprise travels to the center of the galaxy to meet God, or some guy who goes by that name. Only problem is their fake science is a bit off in estimating the amount of time for the trip. They just took a few hours. In Star Trek Voyager, they worked out that this ship would take 75 years to make it back to Earth from the other side of the galaxy. So in Star Trek V, the Enterprise should take half that time at least to make it to the center of the galaxy, 37.5 years. And actually, it could be a lot longer than that because it's old technology, 100 years before Voyager in the chronological timeline of the story. Still, this wooden steering wheel is cool. Finally, number 10, Armageddon. And no particular scene, just everything in the movie. Apparently there are 168 glaring scientific errors in Armageddon, so much that NASA actually shows the movie to new recruits to test their knowledge by getting them to notice the mistakes. I'm not sure if that's true, I got that from the internet. In the movie, an asteroid the size of Texas is heading towards Earth, and the main characters, a ragtag crew of oil drillers and geologists, need to drill 800 feet into the asteroid and detonate a nuclear bomb down the hole in order to break it in half and have the two halves pass either side of Earth. But 800 feet into something that is 800 miles wide? It doesn't even scratch the surface. Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed these incredibly unrealistic movies. If you can think of some other movies that I've missed, please put them in the comments below and maybe we can do a part 2. Subscribe if you're new, give this video a like, and we'll see you next time. Merry Christmas.